I think we are live now. Is it? Yeah. It's spinning in circles. Oh, there we go. Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of the Typical Skeptic Podcast. We'll have with me, guys, my good friend Breakaway Ray, aka his pen name R Snow. The author of the Convoluted on autobiography and also Let's Go Off Planet. I wrote a little blurb about it. I wrote, tonight at 7 p.m. Eastern, we welcome back Breakaway Ray of the Starcard podcast, author of Let's Go Off Planet and Convoluted autobiography. Ray has been featured on my show, and tonight we'll be talking about everything. He's going to do tarot for you guys, but Ray comes on every holiday. You know what I mean? So we can you can ask any question you want, and he'll do a reading for you, and and we're open to taking other questions too. And with all that said, I'd like to give him a big warm welcome back to the show. Ray, thanks so much for coming back on, man. How are you?
Rob, this is great to be here. I want to say happy Valentine's Day to everybody who's watching the show. So I guess I would be saying, hey, fellas, thanks for pressing pause on that episode of Star Trek Voyager so you can hang out with us in the nerd fraternity. Don't worry, 7 of 9 will still be regenerating in her Borg alcove when you get back. And there's probably some ladies watching the show too, probably because of the good eye candy, Rob. The aliens said the same thing to Marge Simpson in that cartoon. You're quite a dish to start with, and you have a lot of eye candy coming on your show. I want to point out that Touchdown Tommy, he's got like superhero good looks. He looks like he escaped from a Marvel studio. And then let's not forget Matthew Mornian. All the ladies like Matthew Mornian. I feel bad for Mrs. Mornian. She probably has to carry a stick around to bat off all the neighbors. Get away from my man. Get your own tarot reader. And then let's not forget there's Howdy McCoskey. You got all kinds of good-looking people. Artificial intelligence cannot improve upon what beauty that God created. So I can understand why everybody's watching the show tonight. And I got a bunch of prepared notes, Rob. But I want to say, I love coming on the show. And I bet a lot of people are saying to themselves, you have Breakaway Ray on Valentine's Day. What kind of guest is that? Is that some kind of a joke? Because some people watch Starcard Podcast and they know what's up with Breakaway Ray and his love life. So I'm going to do something out of the ordinary. I'm going to break out of my shell. I'm going to share a lot of information before we throw some tarot cards. Hey, everybody, if you have questions about your love life, for example, I'll throw tarot cards for that, but it doesn't have to just be about romance. It could be on any topic at all. The good news is that the tarot world doesn't always agree with me. So like if you have a question about romance, it's not me saying, and it's me trying to discern a message the tarot world's trying to present to you. But what I like about the tarot world is like almost always, he gives instructions on how to go about what you need to do. But I got some notes here. First, Rob, do you remember on James Rink's show, he would have a guest named Jimmy Payne?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I miss Jimmy Payne, James Rink, rest in peace. I miss you. But now where's Jimmy Payne at? I want Jimmy Payne to come on my show, but I realize he'd be better on your show because you know how to listen. So, you have more experience, but I'm just putting the word out there because I know there's a lot of people watching. Hey, if you know Jimmy Payne, send him to Starcard Podcast, please. We'd love to have him on my show. And then, hey, everybody, I want to say over at Starcard Podcast, I am so grateful and thankful to Rob and other famous public figures, broadcasters, podcasters that you know and love, Julia Anchorhaven, Psychic Liz Cross, Tennessee, Kentucky Bigfoot. These people have all come and visited me while I'm doing my show, my live tarot throws in the morning at Starcard Podcast. It's given me a big boost, and I really appreciate their votes of confidence. It's so great having them there. I think it's funny, that all these people who have psychic abilities are asking me to throw tarot cards, but all right, let's have some fun. That's what we're here for. And I want to tell everybody about my very last show, Rob. I'm going to do a little, I got a little, what do you call it? Paranormal math to share in a moment. But I want to tell you about what happened with my last episode over at Starcard Podcast on February 12th. So right out of the gate, I'm in double digits, everybody, with views, usually. But anyway, right out of the gate, the first 2 hours after that show on February 12th, I got 60 views. I'm all right, finally. Finally, we got the ball rolling downhill here. There's 60 in 2 hours. I should hit 100 overnight. But anyway, it stayed at 60. And overnight, I woke up in the morning and it was down to 48. And I'm all, how do things get unseen? I didn't get that. So I looked it up, and YouTube had some good reasons. But I want to say, like, just before the show, I went and checked, and it's down to 47 now. So, YouTube, I'm getting unviewed. This is like getting negative yardage if you're playing American football. But of course, why would the view count go down? I noticed that the view count goes down when I show up on Rob's show. And I noticed that the view count goes down on this last one, but in the title, it actually says Deep Takeover. So, I guess I'm like sticking out like a sore thumb. Anyway, well, Rob, I got another thank you for you. You know how I like to come out on holidays. I want to say that the last 2 years, you invited me to come out on Christmas, which is also my birthday. It's been like 2 of the best birthday presents I ever had, Rob. It's Christmas, and Rob says, come on my show so the whole world can pay attention to you on your birthday. I want to thank you so much for that. And I also want to say I'm so honored. On Valentine's Day, you had me on your show. You took a chance. I'm waiting to see what's going to happen. But you also had me sandwiched between Indigo, and Missy Hill afterwards. I really have a lot of respect for those researchers and presenters. I want to say thank you and congratulations. It's quite a distinction. I hope I do a good job tonight. All right. So, hey, you remember last Christmas, Rob, you came up with an end of the year list of superlatives. You were giving out awards at the end of the year.
Yeah. I actually put that out on Facebook, and I put it out on my YouTube. I put it out on my YouTube. What's the community board? I actually, for people to see. Then like people got mad because I didn't include them, so I kept having to add people and awards. So it ended up becoming this really long list of awards at the end. But what I want to do, Ray, is I want to do that with you every year. We can do an awards show where we give away the awards every year. I think we talked about doing that. I think we should do that next year. Maybe we'll do it on Christmas next year. If we remember.
Sounds awesome. I love it. That's a great idea, Rob. And I wanted to say, Tony Rodriguez has a lot to be proud of and confident with for himself, for what he's accomplished and what he's overcome, etc. But when he showed up on your list, even he was impressed and pleased that Rob recognized him. And by the way, when you do 700 shows a year, no one is more qualified to make that list. So it is a big deal to be recognized by you. Way to go, Rob. You're making other people's days when you do that stuff.
Thanks. That means a lot, for real.
Yeah. Well, we got to keep it rolling. I can't wait. We'll talk, come Thanksgiving time, and we'll sort out what we're going to say on Christmas. But so now I want to share some paranormal math with you and everybody. Starcard podcast viewers, they kind of know what I'm talking about, but I'll try to be as brief as possible. I don't watch a lot of other people on YouTube throw tarot cards, but there are 2 people that I do watch. They're both channels, and they both sound like they're talking to me all the time. And of course, since I live by myself, I spend a lot of time talking to myself. I don't even have a cat, and I spend a lot of time talking to myself. And so I found myself, I don't know how long ago, actually responding to what they said. These people have thousands of viewers, thousands. But again, it sounds like they're talking to me, and they're encouraging me with these other psychics that I interview, some psychics that appear on Rob's show. I'm trying to put all this spiritual data, into a plan so I can figure out what's going on in my life. So one of them is, doing this podcast, Starcard podcast. I'm very proud of, the 190 videos I've already posted since August, I think. I almost have as many videos as I have subscribers, so bring it. But there's good content every time, no matter what the date is. That's great. But it still seems like it's going to be a slow roll. I see people get thousands and thousands of views, and it's not quite the same. But I'm not going to be trying to stand on my head to do anything special. If the universe wants my message to get out, they'll figure out how to spread the word. I think it's going to happen in some other way. But anyway, the first tarot lady I want to tell you about, she's all, looking in the camera. And she's all, it's really going to, get very good. You're going to feel very lucky very soon. And the funny thing is, you don't see it's happening. And then she said, and I'm talking to one person here, someone who works with small children. Again, they're giving me all kinds of clues. I'm all, get out of here. This is too much. I can't. So I listened to the other lady. This other lady is very talented. She's very talented at looking in the camera and making it feel like she's talking to you. But anyway, one time she's all throwing cards and she's talking about my life. She's talking about what I'm doing on the podcast. She's got thousands of viewers. Why is she talking about me? But then she goes, oh, are you psychic? I'm all, well, I don't really know, But how does she know? I think that's just a gimmick. I think it's just a gimmick. But then she says something about the 144,000. Rob, I know you know about that number, the 144,000. Do you know that one?
Oh yeah. Yeah, hell yeah. Yeah, the Doors canon, the 144,000 star seeds come here to make change. Yeah.
Yeah. So, all right, even if there's 144,000 of them, I doubt one of them is going to be me. And if there's 144,000 of them, what that really means to me is, you know what? They got 143,999 other people who are going to cover things, okay? Because I don't get what's going on in my particular life. And I'm tired of these tarot readers that I watch keep teasing me. They've been saying the same thing for like a year. So I did some math, Rob. Check this out. I took the number 144,000 and I divided it into 8 billion, because that's 8 billion people, right? 8 billion people on planet Earth. Just for fun, I'm all, what do these numbers mean? And then check out the number that I got. A whole bunch of 5s.
Whoa. That means, so I can't remember what the 5s mean. Wait, I got to look that up. What does that mean? That means 5 means change, I think. I think 5s in a row means change. Like, let me look up. Let me see. 555 angel number. The 555 angel number is a powerful signaling life changes, personal transformation, and spiritual growth. How about that?
Man. Right here on Typical Skeptic Podcast. Happy Valentine's Day. Another miracle. All right. I'm glad I got that part down. All right. So now, Rob, I have some personal information I'd like to share about, my romantic life and what I think is going on. And, I make careful notes. So I hope you can enjoy and give me a few minutes and enjoy the ride here while I give my little spiel.
Sure.
Yeah. So, Rob, I know you're familiar with the American football player and now coach Deion Sanders.
Yeah.
So I caught an interview with Deion Sanders many, many years ago, and it was very amusing. He was sitting there with a sports reporter, I think, or it could have been a celebrity reporter, whatever. And they're talking to Deion, and they mentioned Deion's wife. And when they mentioned Deion's wife, Deion flinches. And then the reporter apologized. Was I not supposed to mention your wife? He's all, don't tell the ladies they can't have me. All right. Because he didn't want everyone to know he had a wife. He wanted the ladies to still like him, not anyway. I thought that was very funny. Obviously, I still thought about it for a long time. So I'm going to actually do that. I'm actually going to let everyone know that I'm not available for one reason, and I have it in my notes. There's some psychic that said that I'm going to meet somebody, but it's not going to be online, which I want to say is good news for everybody because we can all relax. But anyway, my life so far, Rob, no marriage, no children. In the 20th century, I pretty much went over. And in the 21st century, I'm not much better. I was laughing at myself before the show started. I'm like the 60-year-old virgin. But this is called self-deprecating humor, when you make fun of yourself. And, this is how I handle things. Is it a ridiculous, idiotic pattern in my life? I'm going to turn it into a joke. I got to figure out what the pattern is. Might as well laugh about it, right? Trying to lift the vibration. So, just like tarot cards are what they say, multi-dimensional. This whole concept of me not being married, it's like multi-dimensional. Growing up, you would think automatically that the guy made it almost to 60 years old. He never got married, never had a girlfriend. Ray, you missed out on having your own family. And you, how did that happen? How did you miss? And then on the other hand, if I'm thinking about it realistically, by this age, I probably would have been married and divorced. And I would have had to count it on 2 hands. And I probably would have had I'm living a divorced dad's dream right now. I don't have alimony or child support. I get the house to myself, and I don't have any of the emotional baggage of having gone through that experience. Now, I still envy the people who got married and are making it work, and I know it's a job, and God bless them for making it work. I know it's hard. I'm just saying, this is an example of what programming does. I grew up on the show Married with Children. You think I didn't learn something from Al Bundy? You think my perspective isn't a little bit skewed? I got to unprogram
That's
myself.
hilarious.
Yeah. All right. Let's see if I got all those notes covered. Okay. All right. So anyway, back to Valentine's Day. Some people are probably saying, Breakaway Ray. That's the guy you have here on Valentine's Day. You know what? Breakaway Ray. I bet that's what all his ex-girlfriends wanted to do. Break away from Ray. All right. Let me go right to my prepared notes here. Okay. Here we go. Yeah, here I go. Yeah. Breakaway Ray is your guest on Valentine's Day Saturday night. That doesn't even make sense. Breakaway Ray is not the guy to give advice on Valentine's Day. Why do you think he's available on Valentine's Day Saturday night? Breakaway Ray has no experience with relationships. He has stated publicly that the inadvertent strategy behind his love life seems to be the title of a Bob Marley song. No woman, no cry. Have you seen his video, Psychic Liz Cross and Breakaway Ray meet Sarah Adelia? After that lifetime, he set up a boundary to avoid marriage in this lifetime. Have you seen his videos with Psychic Liz Cross called Target Karma and Breakaway Scape? Dude, if he didn't have two Italian grandmothers who were nice to him 50 years ago, would Breakaway Ray have had any positive female role models in his life? In fact, more discouraging news on the romance front. Some psychic told Breakaway Ray that he has to wait 2 more years before finally meeting someone and having his first at romance. 2 more years at age 62. By now, I'm sure Breakaway Ray's spirit guides are tired of listening to him complain all the time. He's like the guy in the punchline of the joke about the person in the restaurant who complains about how bad the food is and how small the portions are. More bad news. The same psychic who said Breakaway Ray gets to wait 2 more years for his first romance, that psychic said that it's going to be organic, meaning meeting a real person face to face and not someone online. That is terrible news for dedicated Starcard podcast subscribers who have been getting their hopes up in the demographic in which I dominate, females over the age of 70. All right, well, here comes the good news. When I throw tarot cards, the tarot world doesn't always agree with me. I would call everyone's attention to the individual reading for Lily Pink Aura Queen at Starcard Podcast. It's in the individual tarot readings playlist. The tarot world doesn't just foreshadow and give clues. The tarot world usually gives instructions on how to make your own magic. So I anticipate learning a lot tonight from the coaching that the tarot world delivers. And I know I can have fun freely flirting with all the females in the chat because there's no cosmic way anything's going to happen. So bring it on, Rob. People have questions about romance or anything at all. I'm just the random dude on the internet to throw cards and offer entertaining readings.
I love it, Ray. I love it. This is awesome. I think it's going to be a great show tonight. You know, I'm glad to have you here. You know, yeah, hell yeah. Did you ever have any funny story or anything like that from Valentine's Day or anything like?
Well, I don't have funny stories, but you know, from my career as a teacher, there was like no more golden a day than Valentine's Day, with the parties that we would have and the ice cream bar and you know, taking a break from work and passing Valentine's around. I mean, those kids made Valentine's Days for me. It was so much fun every year, 33 times. Amen. That was beautiful.
Yeah, that's cool. Oh yeah. And let me see here. All right, so I guess we can start with the readings, guys. If anybody wants a reading, put your name in the chat, and then if anybody wants to donate, you can donate, but you don't have to. You're not obligated to. Yeah. So anybody that wants to have a reading, let us know, and we'll get you a reading. And yeah, I guess while we're waiting, do you want to read me first? You know,
sure thing, Rob. Let's go to the tarot cam. Here we go. Be happy to do it. I hope you caught the reading I gave you. Remember, I saved it for the end of the show so that you catch it at the end of the recording. I don't know if you remember that. You were in the show one.
I don't know if I got it. I'm not sure. You know,
maybe I'll backtrack and I'll queue it up and send it to you or something. All right, but I'm happy to throw. Sure. I got to hang on a second. I got to tape this piece of paper down. Because I think that I might be able to see the chat, and I don't like looking at the chat. Oh, you know what we could do, Rob? By the way, if we get a volunteer, I'm so confident that the tarot world already knows. Here, let me come upstairs. I'm so confident that the tarot world already knows, like, the messages that are going to be delivered all tonight. And so what I'm suggesting is, you got your eye on the chat. I don't. We could do a little test where you could. This is my suggestion, Rob. You don't have to go along with it, but you could say, okay, Ray, I read the request in the chat. And so I'm going to say it out loud in my mind as if I was speaking into the mic, but I'm not going to say it out loud. I'm going to say, I'm just going to tell you in my mind what it was. And then I'll just throw cards and deliver the message. And we'll see if it matches up.
Yeah, that sounds good. Oh, yeah.
All right.
Yeah, this is awesome.
Because I know you're like big into proving the paranormal and that psychic events actually happen. I mean, it's already amazing enough that the tarot cards even send a message. We could do a double, triple blind or whatever. All right, but these cards are for Rob. I'm busting out the old-fashioned Robin Wood deck. Here we go. Usually when I throw for Rob, the Devil card shows up. The Five of Pentacles shows up. The Tower card showed up last time, I think. Let's see what we got for Rob today. That card has got a little bend in it. I wonder which card that is. I can't remember. All right. These cards for Rob. I think we have good light.
I'm excited.
Yeah, cool. All right, here we go. First up, well, you should be excited, Rob. It's the Eight of Wands. It talks about travel and flight, but it also talks about something happening real soon. Wow. The Ace of Pentacles, Rob. An Ace of Pentacles is heading your way soon. And just to be clear on what an Ace of Pentacles is, I'm going to go to the book. And I'm going to get my other magnifying glass out. Here we go. Okay, Rob, your Ace of Pentacles, the time is coming for you to manifest your goals, achieve your dreams, and realize your potential. I don't see how much, there must be a whole lot more that you can do that the door is just opening up for you there, Rob, because it seems to me you're maximizing your potential every day. But I think that puts you first in line when that door opens. Anyway, to continue, it says financial new beginnings, career or business opportunities, investments, savings, prosperity, and manifestation are coming your way. You know what? I like how this is starting out, Rob. There's a promise of like a financial security and opportunity coming your way here. The Eight of Cups is the walk away card. We're walking away, but we look good doing it. You know what? These cups look good, kind of. It's obvious that there's something missing, but also you're walking away like the Joker when that guy was walking away from Arkham Hospital when he blew it up. You got the back turn. Those cups are about to explode anyway. Sweet. More motion. It's the Chariot card. And you've got both horses on your side, Rob. The light horse and the dark horse. You're not going anywhere without the two of them, and you're the one that can communicate with both. Wow, Rob. I love it. Happy Valentine's Day, Rob. It's the Lover's card. Woo, I better put a bathing suit on these people. So the Lover's card talks about the power of two together, but it really, to me, especially at the end of the sentence here, this is very inspirational to me, Rob, because it says not only is this a message from the spirit world, but the spirit world is like with you in your studio right now every time you turn on the camera. Just like Taylor made. Yeah. So let's see the last two cards here. Oh, I got to cover this up. Sorry. Okay. Oh, dude, crazy. Check this out. You got the Seven of Wands and the Two of Cups. Why am I so excited? Well, the Seven of Wands guy, he's the guy that takes on all challenges. He's all alone, but he's got the higher ground. Okay. That's like you doing 7 shows a day, right? Okay. But then look, the Lover's card is one of my cards, whether it's at the beginning or the end, that says the spirit world is right here. This is for real. And the other one, Rob, is the Two of Cups. This is a direct message from the spirit world. So the spirit world is saying really soon, keep an eye out for an investment, a decision, an opportunity. Okay. It may involve walking away from something, because you got to keep it going, says the Chariot card, to stay lined up with your soul's path. And all these challenges that you're going to face, you're going to do it with the spirit world together. There you go, Rob. Thanks, Tarot World. You made my friend feel better. Yeah. That was a great reading on Valentine's Day. Wow.
That was really good. That was really good. Like that was thank you, Ray. That was amazing. I was seeing who was next. So we did have one donation so far, and it was from Colleen. So guys, I have to do the donations first, and then I always give donation priority, and then I'll take everybody in line after that. But we'll try to get everybody reading because Ray's particularly pretty quick. So yeah. So here we go. This one's from Colleen Curry, and she says she'd like a reading. And let's see here. Let me see here. She didn't have a question. I think she just is a general. I think she's
Okay.
yeah. She's just general. Yeah, I was sure of that. Yeah.
Yeah, very good. Happy to do it. I just in my studio here. So I've got the mermaid cards out now for Curious Call. Here we go, Curious Call. I just want to show you that when I cut the cards, I think we're going to have to do better with the light here. Hang on. When we cut the cards, we got the 9 of Cups, which is the wish come true card. So we're already off to a good start. Curious Call. These cards are for Curious Call. How about a fun, inspirational message for Curious Call? Thank you. These cards are for Curious Call. She's already off to a good start with that wish come true. Whoa, okay. These cards came out like Siamese twins, Curious Call. I wonder what they're saying. You know what? I'm going to do something unorthodox. I'm going to turn those over first. By the way, this is for entertainment purposes only. We're all having fun. Nice. Here we go. Well, I need my glass for this. Here it is. Your first 2 cards were the Ace of Swords and the Lovers. Wow. Happy Valentine's Day, Curious Call. So the Ace of Swords talks about truth, and the Lovers could denote romance. So if you were wondering if there was a potential partner, whether it was a good match, the Ace of Swords seems to think it is. That's a little micro reading. We're not even done yet. Let's get started from the beginning. We have the Knight of Cups. The Knight of Cups is the knight in shining armor. Wow, the tarot world's feeling really romantic today. All right, next up, it's the World. It's completion. Wow. Again, it does sound very romantic. There's a knight in shining armor. He brings completion to the picture. It's almost like true romance here. And the 6 of Swords, is that correct? It is. The 6 of Swords, check out that guy riding the sled and the seal is pulling it on the ice there. The 6 of Swords says that you're being guided from rougher waters to calmer waters by a divine hand. So it's almost like, not only do you like the guy, but even your dad approves. If this was like the 1950s in the United States. All right, let's finish the message up. Very romantic. Very romantic. Okay. Wow. The Fool card and the 9 of Pentacles. Oh, this is such a lovely message. The Fool card says it's a new beginning. And the 9 of Pentacles says, have a good time. Enjoy the fruits of your labor. You deserve it. Wow. Thanks, Curious Call. It was fun to read for you. How exciting. See, I can enjoy. Yeah.
We had a regular question. This isn't for a reading. This is just a question from but we have a bunch of people who want readings, but I wanted to get this question in first. This is from Sovereign Cosmic Wildman. I'm putting it up on the thing. He says, Breakaway Ray, what was the name of that book that talked about the alien colony just north of the mission in Santa Barbara?
Right. So I'm trying to remember. I'm trying to remember the name. The name Strang, Strang is important. But it was, of course, the guy from Venus, Valiant Thor, and Dr. Robert Strang. They wrote it together. And you know what? The books are just in the other room. It would take less than a minute for me to fetch them. I want to give them the right title. Can I go get them real quick, Rob?
Sure. Yeah, that'd be cool. Yeah.
Nice. Way to go, Sovereign Cosmic Wildman. Excellent. I got both of the books. I got Valiant Thor's Venusian Science Secrets.
That is cool.
Okay. And then this is the one that talks about, I think, the contact in Santa Barbara, Fantastic Beings and Where to Find Them by the same 2 authors. Oh, it was check it out. I got the name Strang somewhere is in there. These are all like Marvel superhero names, but the author is Michael X. Barton. Barton, like Hawkeye, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
And Valiant Thor. Thor is a hero. Okay. Anyway, this book is also from Valiant Thor. All right. Right. Very interesting books for sure.
The next one we have is another donation. It was from Kimberly Bamford. So I got to find her in the chat here. Thanks, Kim. And let me see here. Her note was just said, "Hey, Rob, hope this helps you out. Thanks for having Ray on your podcast tonight. I know it will be interesting." And guys, for you guys that don't know, this is one of two more shows. So I had Indigo Angel on earlier, and then I have Ray on now, and then I have C Hill on later at 9 p.m. Eastern. So it's a whole night of shows for you guys. And Kim, if you're in the chat, can you put a comment in, because I can't find you here. But I guess Ray can still tap into you no matter what.
Right.
Yeah.
I see Kimberly Bamford a lot at Starcard Podcast. She tends to confirm that the cards are good for her. Let's go downstairs and get a reading for Kimberly Bamford. Here we go. Thanks for inviting me to read. I got the old style cards for you, Kimberly. These cards are for Kimberly.
Oh, here she is. I got her here. She says, Tara, please, Ray. And then let me see here. Yeah, she says, if you have time. She says, yeah.
Yeah, she's really nice. I know she supports me. She supports Cyclist Cross. She's supporting you. I gotta give a credit to all those keyboard warriors out there. So grateful that you created an audience and you help support us. You motivate us all. But anyway, these cards are for Kimberly Bamford. Thanks a lot, Kimberly. Let's start off with the Six of Cups. Happy memories, nostalgia, cooperation between the generations. Yay. Justice, cause and effect, balance. Everything's right domestically, frontwards and backwards in time. That seems to feel like a good sentiment on Valentine's Day. The Two of Swords. Well, this talks about crossroads, may indicate indecision and waiting on information before we act. But it could be crossroads. I mean, after all, if this is backwards and forwards in time, naturally things progress and change over time. And so we have the Seven of Cups. I would have to say, like, if you're at a crossroads, get ready, because the Seven of Cups says there's a whole bunch of opportunities that you could choose from. We'll have to use discernment, and not all the choices are good. And I trust that Kimberly Bamford knows what's good. So to conclude, yay. So I'm so excited because, it looks like the tarot world's on fire. You have the Fool card, which, again, talks about beginnings, new adventures. Didn't the Fool card just show up in the same position also as the first reading? And then you have the Two of Wands, Kimberly Bamford. And that says that even though there might be a change coming your way and you might choose a new plan, the universe likes your plan. The universe gives you the green light and you should go for it. I'm surprised the Queen of Wands didn't show up. Maybe if I drew another card, we get it. Thanks a lot, Kimberly Bamford. Great to have you here. Thank you very much.
Yeah, that was a great reading, Ray. You're on point tonight. Yeah. And then this one is from I'm just going by the regular audience now, guys, unless someone donates. And this one's from T Light 1109. I don't know her name, but she says, Ray, can you tell me about my current relationship? And she says, Namaste.
Can I tell you about your current relationship? Yes. I'm going to say yes. I mean, we'll come up with something. Thanks for inviting me to read. Let's give it a try. T Light 1109. Can we talk to T Light about her current relationship? Please. These cards are for T Light 1109. A message for T Light 1109 about her relationship, please. I mean, it is Valentine's Day. I know you have a nice, wonderful, encouraging message. Thanks for inviting me to read, T Light 1109. First up, the King of Swords. Are you ready for the truth? Here it comes. Let's read about the King of Swords. See, I'm using the cards with all the words, T Light 1109. I'm going to try to give you as many details as I can here. Head over heart, disciplined, truthful, honest, mental clarity, and authority. Maybe you're seeing things for the way they are, and you're seeking confirmation. Sometimes the first card just recapitulates what the query is. So here, yay, the Two of Cups. So the Two of Cups does show that you're talking about a relationship. It does talk about a relationship, but it also talks about communication with the spirit world. It's multidimensional. Both things can be true. So here's some truth about a relationship. The Five of Wands showed up, and to me, this is a orchestrated disagreement. I don't know. Let's just read what it says on the card here. Competition, rivalry, conflict, disagreements, strife, and tension. But again, a lot of this, in my mind, with this card, this is what I call orchestrated disagreement. These guys are like ballet dancers. They do the same moves all the time so that they can continue doing it for the next show. It's always the same show. But that's what happens on surface planet Earth. There's going to be disagreements. We're not all in unity conscious today, or unity consciousness, excuse me. So the Nine of Wands, I guess that can wear you out after a while. Let's see. The Nine of Wands, courage, persistence, test of faith, resilience, boundaries. And let's just pause there. I'm just suggesting that, after these guys have messed up the living room, okay, one can feel like this after you clean up after them. Let's find out what the tarot world has to say to close this message. Wow. So the Four of Cups there talks about meditation and reevaluation. And there is the Hierophant, which represents institutions and society. And it also talks about learning. So right off the bat, I would say reevaluate. There would be some kind of reevaluation taking place based on what we learn, some kind of experience, but maybe that experience has something to do with an actual societal institution. So I hope that's a helpful picture. Let's read about the Four of Cups, just to be clear. The Four of Cups, meditation, contemplation, reevaluation. It does say reevaluation. You know what? I want to throw one more card for her. Let's say T-Light 1109 goes through this process. She really evaluates and she learns. Isn't there one more message we can send? What's going to happen after that, please? What happens after all that reevaluation? Yay. You just got the Nine of Cups. The wish come true. Okay? So pay attention to your thoughts and your emotions. Look at your emotions as if they are thoughts. Ask yourself why you're feeling that way. Because eventually you're going to get to the Nine of Cups. The Nine of Cups, wish come true, contentment, satisfaction, emotional stability, luxury, and gratitude. Olay. Thanks, T-Light 1109. Happy Valentine's Day.
Happy Valentine's Day. That was a great reading. Yeah. Oh yeah. And the next one was a super chat from Colleen Rye and 444. And she says, read me, please. I love her picture. I say it all the time. Her picture is hilarious, that cat.
Cool, Colleen. Thanks for inviting me to read. Those are some nice numbers. I'm busting out the Ethereal Bloom deck. It's got a lot of flowers. Here we go.
Yeah, Ray, I just want to say, like, over the, throughout time that you've been coming on my show and, like, reading tarot, from the time that we were in Matthew Morning's tarot class to now, I've just seen you grow. So, like, the levels. I mean, like, you just, like constantly leveled up and, like, with your tarot, and now where you're, like, seamlessly flowing through readings. It's pretty amazing,
Rob, thank you very much. No one knows better about what you're talking about than you do. So that's high praise. I really, really appreciate it. And I definitely recognize there's some kind of miracle going on. I mean, whenever I turn on the camera, the tarot world does not disappoint. And they get better every time.
Yeah.
All right. So, I was taking care of Colleen. Here we go, Colleen. I'm paying attention to you now. So we have a fun, helpful message for Colleen Rye, 444, please. Thank you. Colleen Rye, 444. Here we go. I bet one of these cards has a 4 on it. Oh, it looks like you got a double pull there. All right. I'm glad we're all having fun. I've been looking forward to this for so long. All right. 9 of Pentacles. It's the fruits of your labor. 2 of Swords. It's time to make a decision. What are you going to do with those fruits of your labor? You seem to have some accumulated, abundant energy from somewhere. You need to make a decision about what to do with it. Wow. The world says completion and wholeness. And the Fool, look at the Fool card show up. Again, look, it was like the fourth deck. And here's the Fool card again. There's a new beginning. So take a look at your accumulated energy and experience, because you're ready now to step into a new world and a new adventure. I wonder what that adventure is going to look like. Wow. So you have the Three of Swords, the Six of Cups, and the Sun card. It's a lovely story all by itself. I want you to keep an eye on the sun, okay? That sun is shining. Keep your eye on the light at the end of the tunnel here. It starts off with the Three of Swords. There's going to be some kind of heartache. But guess what? At Starcard Podcast, we could do it here at Typical Skeptic Podcast too. We take Three of Swords and we turn this card upside down because we know we're going to overcome it. And not only that, the Six of Cups says that there's going to be a lot of happy memories along the way. And everyone can smile about that. So there you go, Colleen Rye, 444. Have a good time. Keep an eye on that sun. Good luck on your new adventure. Thanks for inviting me to read. I'm having so much fun.
Hell yeah, this is amazing. You're going through. Okay, I'll go back to the regular. And thank you. Shout out to Rachel J77 if you're in the audience. Thank you for becoming a member. But I saw she became a member last show, so I don't know if she wants a reading or if it was just if it was shown. If you want a reading, Rachel, let me know if you're in the audience, and we'll get you a reading for sure. And absolutely, okay. The chat just went completely blank on me. I hate when that happens. Like, I
think Rob is frozen. That's cool. I'll just chill and wait. It's a nice day. Happy Valentine's Day, everybody. I love you too. Yeah. Rob's working hard. That's why that wheel is spinning. Dude, he's bringing you 3 shows tonight. I want to say hi to Missy Hill. Oh, I lost Rob. I don't even know if I'm in the show. Hey, Missy and Matthew Morning, if you're out there, and I think Indy was there too. That was a great birthday party that you threw for Rob. Rob sent me a link, but I'd already turned off my phone that night. I just want to say, like, I need 24 hours. Like, if I knew I could have been there to celebrate the birthday, I would have. So anyway, great. That Rob's so deserved. It's great to have friends like you. So way to go. Nice birthday party. I'm making sure that everyone stays entertained while Rob comes online or gets me back online. Let's see. I'm like looking around for props. This would never happen in the classroom, by the way. I would always have like 4 or 5 activities of all different durations ready to go. Hey, I think
Hey,
Rob's
Ray, sorry about that. Can you hear me?
I can hear you now. Yeah. Just in time, Rob.
My computer tab crashed or whatever. I don't know what happened. Like, so I had to get on with my phone because it's moving really slow. So, hopefully I can see all the people who wanted readings. So we got Kim, we got Colleen, we got let me see who else there was. Damn, I can't believe like the problems I've been having ever since okay, we got Tea Light, okay. And the next one would be we got Colleen. We got the other Colleen. Robin 35. She says she'd like a reading with the Robin Wood if you can.
Very good. A connoisseur of tarot. All right, very good. Robin, we got you covered. Matthew Morning approves. There's your Fool card. And I've already shuffled this card deck like a couple of times, and Fool card's waiting for you already. Let's go downstairs. Robin, 35. Cool. Happy Valentine's Day, Robin, 35. I had to train myself on this deck, Rob. I've been using this deck for like a month and a half now, every time I open my show. So now I'm good with Robin Wood. But you know what? When anyone applies themselves to something over and over again for a great long time, you get better at it eventually.
Yeah, right. Absolutely.
These cards are for Robin. Here we go, Robin 35. Okay, and I know that this card wanted to come out. Thank you, Robin 35, for inviting me to read. First up, the Six of Swords. I don't know. We would have to go back and check the video there, Robin. Was the card spinning and trying to invert itself or whatever? Some people believe in reverse meanings. I always hold it right side up until I'm ready to turn it upside down. The Six of Swords says you're being guided to calmer waters from rougher waters by an invisible hand. The spiritual world is guiding you. Now, if it was upside down, that would just be like an indication of someone saying, or someone receiving a message that maybe they need to pay attention. The spirit world really is guiding you where you need to go. So I would almost never turn this upside down. I believe that you're following your soul's path because you're asking for a tarot reading from a specific style. That's the image that you got. So yeah, confirmation. You're sailing in the right direction. And it's because you know better. You're the Hierophant. You know about the spirit world where other people, like, how we would call like the bishops in the church of old from the 20th century, they would have like more knowledge than even like the regular priests in the regular parish. You're talking about like witch doctors and shaman and things like that. And it's also integrated into society. So great. Let's keep moving on. The moon. This is awesome. You have a foot firmly planted in the subconscious. The moon indicates illusion and mystery and dreams and the subconscious. Wow. And the Nine of Swords shows up, talks about sleepless nights and anxiety. It looks as though everything in the regular world is like going the way or the best it can. And, that's the way society is. Okay. And at the same time, the spirit world is guiding you in the right direction and you're in clear communication with it. But maybe sometimes you wake up from dreams unexpectedly, or maybe there's some kind of concern or worry on your mind. You seem to be, I'm making a suggestion here. I don't really know, but this person suggests that there's something on that person's mind. They may not even know what it is. So what we're going to do is we're going to turn this card upside down because we're going to overcome this. We came this far. We got the spirit world behind us. We know what we're doing. We got a strong connection to our spirit world. Let's find out what the problem is and resolve it. Yay. Awesome. So you have the Emperor who says you're in control. And then you have Breakaway Ray's favorite card, the Two of Cups. It shows up at the end of the sentence, at the end of the essay, and it says, this has been a message from the spirit world. So I think the real control is, if you have something that's on your mind, study and figure out what it is, and then turn that card upside down, turn that frown upside down. You're totally in control, says the spirit world. Thanks for inviting me to read. Look, they're both spiritual cards, front and end of the message. Thank you, Rob. This is a lot of fun. Thank you, Robin. Good luck to you. I hope I got something right.
Okay, I'm going to the next one here. I guess this would be the next one. For me to be me for. Let me see here if I can get this on the screen. Show on stage. There we go. Yeah. She. I guess I don't know if this is a he or she, but they want a reading.
Cool. Let's do it. Here we go. For me to be me. For me to be me. For. Love it. It's almost a palindrome, huh? Right. Thank you, Tarot World. These are lovely readings. Thanks for making me look good. Oh, look, a card already popped out for you. Oh, a couple. Let's put them at the beginning. I mean, at the end. These are cards for me to be me for. All right, that's a lot of cards. Let's have some fun. I need to adjust my light It's almost sunset here on the West Coast. Here we go. I think I got it right now. All right, so first, this is good. Check it out. The two cards that popped out for me to be for, are the Queen of Cups and the Eight of Wands. The Eight of Wands talks about travel and flight, but it also talks about, something happening really soon. Now, the Queen of Cups could be, I'll read to you about the Queen of Cups, but I mean, this is just what crossed my mind right away. It's almost like someone's having their mother-in-law come and visit. But anyway, let's read about the Queen of Cups. Maybe you can identify that energy. We haven't even read the first sentence. The Queen of Cups, emotional stability, femininity, love, and warmth surround you. There might be a mature female in your life who is supportive and caring towards you, or you might be a sensitive, caring, nurturing soul yourself. An empath or a good mother. You are intuitive, in the flow, a daydreamer, a psychic, and a good listener. Maybe all those qualities are going to be enhanced very soon. All right, let's keep going from the beginning. The Hermit. We just talked about being psychic, and maybe those skills are coming in very soon. Maybe that's because at the beginning of your adventure, you're being the hermit. You're turning inward. You're finding the light on the inside, and you're finding your soul's path, and you're making connections to the spirit world. Wow. Then the Lover's card comes out. Happy Valentine's Day. The Lover's card, the power of two together. That could even be blessed by the spirit world. Wonderful cards. Come on. It's Valentine's Day. We saw like the Lover's card 18 times already. Yay, the Strength card. Exclamation point. From my point of view, this is someone who's really turning inward hardcore because it's even much more fascinating than the world around oneself. I mean, maybe you got a new trick to meditating or something. The Page of Pentacles. You got a new project going on? You created something. You're already on it. Let me read about the Page of Pentacles for you. The Page of Pentacles. Good news is coming to you in earthly matters such as money, business, education, career, property, or health. Be inspired. You are now setting goals, laying foundations, developing a plan, manifesting. You are ambitious and diligent. You decide what you want and you go for it, and you have excellent future prospects. I'd like to talk about the Three of Wands card very quickly. The Three of Wands card says, luck is where preparation meets opportunity. So you're working at something together with the spirit world in a big way, and you're creating an opportunity for yourself. And the Knight of Swords says that you should gallop forward in an electrified manner because you're going in the right direction. I'll read to you about the Knight of Swords as well. Very balanced between male and female gender, I feel, in this reading. Okay, Knight of Swords. The Knight of Swords, you are ambitious and excellent at what you do, driven to success and present great leadership qualities. You are ready to jump in and seize the moment. You are a risk taker, exciting, forward-thinking, and adventurous. Just be careful with being impulsive or impatient. It could lead to hasty decisions. You are not afraid to go against the flow. You are like a champion or a warrior charging into battle. Da-na-na-na-na-na. Go for me to be me for. Nice. Thanks for inviting me to read.
I love that. That was great. Let's see who's next. And if you want a reading, put your name in the chat. You don't have to donate. You only donate if you want to. Like Jason said in the chat, Jason says donations help bring multiple shows a day. Yeah, it does. Like if you donate, you're helping support the cause. I'll just take a second out to tell you that because, this is my full-time job. This is what I do. You know what I mean? And my monetization isn't a lot. You know what I mean? So I just wanted to throw that out there, but no obligation whatsoever. You know what I mean? Especially on Valentine's Day. I know a lot of people can kind of feel down on Valentine's Day, and I want you all to feel good and be happy to be here. And, I don't, yeah. So I'm looking for the next, let me see. sorry, it's because I'm on my phone. It gives you a very, very little small window where you can see the chat on here. Okay.
Yeah, right on, Rob. I say this almost every time I'm on because it's a holiday. I really admire how you bring a show to people on the holidays, help keep everybody company, enlighten them, give them something to think about. You're a great role model for me, Rob. Thanks a lot.
Thanks. Okay, so Slavka says, Rob, a reading for Jason. So, Jason, you're up. Okay. Let me see here. Okay, Jason, I'll show Jason there. And Jason sharing my link. Yeah. But yeah, I guess Jason just wants a general.
Yeah, very good. I want to get out. Is this the deck that I like? Yeah. I'm going to use the 88 gemstones. I'm hoping to get the 10 of swords. The 10 of swords card on this deck is pretty awesome. But hey, Jason, thanks a lot for inviting me to read. Oh, thank you, Slavka, the natural sentient. I appreciate you inviting us to participate in tarot throwing. I know she has the same birthday as you. That's pretty special. These cards are for Jason. I think Jason gets that one right there. All right, the top, the bottom. All right. Jason and I seem to have the same sleep schedule. So I'm so grateful to see Jason over at Starcard Podcast all the time. Here we go, Jason. First, yay, that's the card I wanted to get. It's the 10 of swords. Check that out, dude. I want to get a black light poster of this image, the 10 of swords. The 10 of swords, it's the end of a painful episode. That's a great card to start with. The hard times are over. Sweet. How many times has the Hierophant shown up tonight? The Hierophant, the learned man, social acceptance. Ooh, cool. Well, you had to know this was going to show up. The High Priestess, dark magic. Let's read about the High Priestess. I want to do a series of shows on the High Priestess. I did one on the Empress. That was pretty fun. All right, the High Priestess. Well, you know what? Almost there must be a lot of High Priestesses in Jason's life. I mean, he sees them all the time in the chat. I know you're all out there, High Priestesses. I love you, ladies. Happy Valentine's Day. Here you go. The High Priestess, you have hidden mysteries, spiritual insight, and divine knowledge. Now is the time to be still so you can tune into your intuition. You have the opportunity to access the knowledge deep within your soul. You hold the answers to the deep unknowns. Let what is hidden come to the surface. Trust your inner instincts to guide you. I think Jason's totally on top of that. Next up, the Fool. It's a new adventure, a new beginning. Wow, the Wheel of Fortune talks about good luck and bad luck, and the wheel goes around, but it also reminds me of a timeline. So what we really see here is almost like a timeline, perhaps. I don't really know Jason at all, but there were some tough times, but now he sits back in the chat and he checks out what's going on in like 3 shows at a time. He's also expanded his consciousness and he understands the spirit world way better, perhaps, than when he was younger. I'm making a suggestion because it says right here, it's been a new adventure and it's all part of my life's plan in the first place. I'm not done. I got another card to share. The 4 of Cups. So let's go to the book about the 4 of Cups. I just want to say, I hope this looks like Jason being comfortable in his abode with a refreshing drink as he checks out some kind of chat. I mean, it almost looks like Jason a little bit. Let's read about the 4 of Cups. The 4 of Cups. There might be opportunities that you are turning down and offers that you are refusing. You can feel yearning and regret, and you might be focusing on the negative. Contemplate and meditate over this and reevaluate what is important to you. I'm interrupting myself here to say you probably have a journal. You might want to make some lists of pros and cons. Continuing what it says here, Jason, realizing what makes you feel bored and unhappy and doing something about it can help you make a change for the better. Hey, that's what it says in the book. I appreciate your support and thank you for inviting me to read. I hope some of it was fun. Don't forget, Breakaway Ray says you can always turn that card upside down any way you want it. Hey, Go to sleep tonight feeling the way you want to feel. You're having a good time. You're having a good life. It's all part of your plan. It's a great adventure. You have a lot of power. Anyway, that's what I got to say, Jason. Again, thanks very much.
All that. And I'll just jump right into the next one. And don't forget, guys, if you're joining us now, don't forget to tune in at 9 p.m. Eastern. Missy Hilton, it's going to be Brutal Valentine, Dark Origins of Valentine's Day, and Breaking Out of the Matrix. So what a title, right? That's going to be a great show. So next will be a reading for Spider Bite. Good to see you, Spider Bite. Spider Bite's from down under Australia, and it's always good to see her in the chat. She's a good friend.
That's right. Hello, Spider Bite. Here we go. Let's throw some cards for Spider Bite. Happy Valentine's Day to Spider Bite. She also visits over at Starcard Podcast. It's great having a friend in another hemisphere. That's pretty exciting. Here we go, Spider Bite. Happy Valentine's Day. First up, the 9 of Pentacles. It talks about the fruits of your labor, but it also, it almost looks like you're ready to go out on the town. You're all dressed up and you got your pet falcon ready to, to stroll around and do the promenade. Great. Maybe there's a Knight of Pentacles in your life. The Knight of Pentacles is like the good employee. He's the hard worker. This is someone that you can rely on for the long haul. Wow. The Moon talks about mystery, illusion, and dreams and the subconscious. Wow. And the Hierophant shows up again, the learned man. I think this is a lesson about learning. You had a chance to take a breather over a long holiday, and you were able to pursue something that you've been doing for a long time and expand your consciousness in a way you haven't been able to do before. And now you're even more aware of what's going on in the world and how the matrix works and how you can manipulate it and how you channel your energies for manifestation. Congratulations on figuring out that code. So anyway, your last 2 cards are 4 of Pentacles, and look, it's a picture of you, Spider Bite. You heard what I was just talking about. It's the High Priestess. Okay. So the 4 of Pentacles, he's the guy that tells me, prize what shines. Let go of the stuff that's, dark. You want to prize what shines. Hold on to what shines. And you know how to do that because you have good intuition. You've been exercising it. Good for you. It's like any other muscle. There's the High Priestess. Way to go, Spider Bite. Good to see you. Thanks for inviting me to read.
Okay. Okay. I'll take that one down, and let's see who's next. I know there's other people who want readings, but I got to get Diane Collier Jones because she donated. And wait, where's she at? Unless she just did it to support, but Diane, are you in here? There she is. Okay. Here she is. Good. Yeah. Thank you for donating, Diane. And yeah.
There we go. All right. Very nice to meet you, Diane. Thanks for inviting me to read. Thanks for your donation. Happy Valentine's Day. I know the tarot world has a Valentine's message for you, Diane. All right. These cards are for Diane. That one was coming out. These cards are for Diane. Valentine's message for Diane. That would be pretty awesome. All right, it's all for entertainment purposes only. Let's see what kind of story I can tell with these cards. First, it's the King of Cups. He's like my favorite king. I want to read to you about the King of Cups. Yeah, sweet. I turned right to the page, everybody. The King of Cups. You are emotionally balanced, wise, and compassionate, calm and diplomatic. You are loyal, charming, and a good listener. You would make a great spiritual guide or a counselor. You have the balance between intellect and emotions and a deeper knowledge and awareness of yourself, which is why it seems like people act crazy around you because they don't have a lot of control and they don't totally know what's going on. But apparently you do. Again, another balance card. Very simple. The Temperance card indicates balance. We just talked about balance. That's like, a double bang on the balance part there. Both on each side. Okay. Sweet. It's the Empress. I'm going to read to you about the Empress, but what I want to say is the Empress gets to be the Empress because she manages to balance her emotions and her intellect. When she has anxieties or concerns, she knows how to treat them and handle them and channel them into good energy. She knows how to turn those tarot cards upside down. Let's read about the Empress. I'm all excited about the Empress because over at Starcard Podcast, there's actually a playlist, 5 days with the Empress. Those are 5 good shows. Anyway, here we go. The Empress. There is beauty, abundance, femininity in your life. There may be a new opportunity, romance, art, or new business on the horizon. Focus on your senses and on creative expression. You will experience pleasure and deep fulfillment. Whatever your hobby is, whatever you create, or if you need to start busting out a journal and start writing, okay, that's like a good thing. That's going to keep you on that balanced path. And finally, check it out. What a Valentine's message. You got the 10 of Pentacles. I hope you hear the cash register. Let me read to you about the 10 of Pentacles. The 10 of Pentacles, you have created wealth, financial security, and long-term success. You have built solid foundations and security and now feel happiness in all areas of life. You may have domestic bliss, a lasting career, or a business empire, or you may have reached relationship milestones and maybe settling down. A business empire, he's balancing even the books, controlling all the wild dynamics that happen when you're running a business and everything's coming out okay. That's what the cards say so far. Cool. The universe blesses those, because they, God helps those that helps themselves, and we're altruistic and we look out for others. There's other spirits on planet Earth that we're all trying to help out and lift up together at the same time. So whatever you may be negotiating in, maybe even for an income, which I wouldn't know anything about, okay? The fact is, the Chariot card says you're making it happen, and you're making that happen because the Hermit card says you are spiritually aligned. So it's not magic. It's not a miracle. It was all part of a plan, and you were following it the whole time because you maintain balance. You know how to transmute energies, even right into currency. Well done, Diane. That was a fun reading. I hope you liked it. Thanks for inviting us to read and for your donation, of course.
Yeah, I'll see who's next. I'll go back and
That was an amazing reading. Thanks, Tarot World.
Fighter Spite says, Rob, will you be my Valentine?
Happy Valentine's Day.
Okay, let's see who's and Diane says that she thinks Valentine's Day is bull crap. I think so too. Because I feel like people who don't have a Valentine's Day feel weird. You know what I mean? And nobody should ever feel strange. You know what I mean? They do all this like candy and flowers and going out on it's all part of the matrix, guys. You know what I mean? It really is. It's a loosh harvest, honestly, is what it is. Valentine's Day is one big loosh harvest, honestly. It absolutely, and that's what we're going to kind of to come full circle. That's what we're going to be talking about next with my show, Missy Hill. The show is titled Brutal Valentine, True Union or Matrix Trap. So that's kind of where we're going to go with that. But so here we go. And we got the next is Right to Pain. And he says, I would appreciate a love reading.
All right. Right to Pain. Great.
Okay.
I look forward to sharing a love reading for you. Let me just adjust my camera. Almost. There we go. Here we go. A love reading for Right to Pain. I wanted to say, Rob, that if I didn't mention at the beginning of the show, I don't know if you remember a doo-wop group called the Mills Brothers. They were like from the 1940s and 50s. I
might know their song. What's their song?
Well, I think one of them went like this. She was only 16. Only 16. Ooh, but I love that girl so. Anyway, the Mills Brothers. Yeah, I know. That's the funny thing, Rob. I mean, I grew up listening to my dad's doo-wop records, and they're all like, I mean, that's part of what we think romance is about, or what I think, you meet a girl when you're a teenager, and then you sing doo-wop songs, and bam, you're singing the Beach Boys song, Wouldn't It Be Nice? After that, you have a little family going. There's like a programming involved. But the Mills Brothers, dude, don't blame anyone for not knowing about the Mills brothers. They would not go over well in the age of Twitter or X. Anyway,
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
right.
Right to Pain. Let's throw some cards for you. Sorry, let me shuffle these one more time. Right to Pain. I got too excited. I want to get back on your energy. Here we go. These are for Right to Pain. A love message for Right to Pain. Anyway, we're leaving my discussion about overcoming programming. These cards.
I want to also give while you're shuffling the cards, I want to give a shout out to my friend Derek in the Woo Riders in the chat. You know him, right? He wanted to give a shout out to his wife Desi on Valentine's Day. He said, okay, so I got to brag on Desi, especially on Valentine's Day. She was up in the tree today because Derek and her cut down trees, and he said she started cutting a tree the same time a guy he hires to work did, and she finished her palm tree 20 minutes before the guy. Wow, that's great. Especially that's great on Valentine's Day. Happy Valentine's Day to Derek and Desi.
Yeah, right on, Derek and Desiree. Cool. All right, and so we have a message here. This is for Right to Pain. The Page of Wands, Limitless Potential. Let's go to the book. Page of Wands, you feel fresh, cheerful, childlike, and full of energy. You are having bright ideas and new exciting plans. You are being creative, free-thinking, and fearless. You are finding your passion, making discoveries, investments, or advancements in life. Just be careful not to rush into things without considering the consequences. All your college debt is paid off and you got your degree. You got a new suit and you're ready to head out for job interviews. Metaphorically speaking. Wow. You were all ready to go. And it's a good thing you had your bag packed because the Tower card shows up and says that things change in a hurry. All kinds of reorganization involved. Maybe not what you were expecting, but you were still ready for it. Wow. The Seven of Swords shows up and says something was hidden or something's being revealed, or maybe even that somebody's getting away with something. Hang on a second. Wow. The Eight of Swords. This is my card that says as much as you can imagine. I don't want to get like conspiratorial or whatever, but I feel like this is like a detective coming onto the scene, finding out there's a disaster. Someone's getting away with something in a big way, as much as you can imagine. It's almost like a warning. This is supposed to be a love reading. What is going on here? You know what? I may have to reorient myself after we find out what's going on with these two cards. Oh, okay. So the Seven of Cups talks about lots of opportunities, and the Eight of Pentacles talks about working at something for a long time. So how does this work for a love reading? Whoa. Oh, if we turn this card upside down. Oh, yeah. This is going to work out fine. I'm changing the story around here, Right to Pain. So we started out optimistic, as we should be, for the opportunities before us regarding love. And we were just talking about how our expectations and our programming need to change. You know what? When we actually interacted with others in that arena, as it were, things didn't match up with what we learned or what we imagined as we were growing up, perhaps. And there were a lot of things happening behind the scene that we really had no idea about. But there's still lots of opportunities out there, and it's fun to pick one and work at it for a long time. All right, I'm satisfied with that one. I hope it worked for you, Right to Pain. Thanks very much for inviting me to read.
So I got Kiki, Erica wants a reading, and Slavka, and whoever else would just put your name in the chat. Andromeda, and if you want one, I get you too. We have a half hour, guys. So we have, as long as Ray wants to stay, it's up to,
Yeah, this is great, Rob. I mean, I'll keep on going until you. I was laughing the other night. I'm sorry, I shouldn't have said that, but I know you had to remove some of your guests from your group meeting yesterday. I happened to tune in right when you removed those people, and it came off as a little bit comic until I heard, you explain what happened. It takes a lot of courage to let people on your show, and and to manage things the way you did. I thought you did everything appropriately.
You know what? That show was from April of 2025. That was old. You know what I mean? I forgot that even happened. I didn't watch the whole thing over again. I just posted it. You know what I mean? Who was it that I removed? Like,
so I didn't realize it was a replay. I happened to tune in right when these two people seemed to be fervently defending their position, but they were both saying the same thing. And then you removed them, and it was like drop dead quiet, and it really sunk in. And then finally you said, I had to warn him like a couple of times already. I said this already, so I had to let him go. Like it's not like you really wanted to do that, but anyway, that's the scene that I saw.
Did really well. That show got like 1,200 views so far, and it's a replay, which is crazy. You know what I mean? I'm happy, but like my videos haven't been getting a lot of views lately, so I'm glad that it kind of that there's people are showing interest. Maybe I need to do more big group podcasts. I don't know.
I'm not sure, but I know that I clicked on your site, and I wanted to see like which videos were the most popular, where were you getting most of your hits. And, you've been having a lot of success with Carrie Cassidy as your guest.
Yeah.
And that's really great.
Her and Gene Decode get a lot of views for some reason. Yeah. Her and Gene Decode get a lot of views. Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, have you heard anything about Jimmy Payne at all? You know who I'm talking about, right?
Yeah, he never contacted me. That's what's weird. Like I figured like a lot of people that would go on James's show would want to contact me because they would be looking for a show to go on. But like not a lot of people who went on his show contacted me. So, I'm open to having anybody who went on his show, on, yeah.
Right.
So.
Yeah, I just want to say I get all excited. I used to get all excited whenever Jimmy Payne was on the show. But anyway, I don't want to leave Kiki out here. Sorry, Kiki. Don't mean to make you wait. Let's throw some cards for you. Sorry about that.
Yeah, Jimmy Payne was a good guest, though. For real, he was a good guest. Like,
oh yeah.
I feel so bad for what happened to James and Renetta. I miss them. I posted a show with both of them in it the other day. Like the only one I had with both of them in it together. Because I mean, like especially like like Renetta was like a once in a lifetime person. She really was. Like you don't meet people like Renetta every day. Like, and she was just like that's why I did so many shows with her. Like, and she just was like, I don't know. Yeah, she was definitely
So you get to meet a lot of remarkable people, Rob. It's really great. I want to say congratulations on your very interesting life.
Oh, thanks. I mean, I didn't plan for it to be like this. It kind of just happened, Like, I mean, I'm grateful, though. I'm thankful my lucky star. Honestly, I'm very grateful. Honestly, I really am. Like,
yeah, you're going to get a lot of. I'm not an expert on this, but I imagine you're going to get a lot of good karma for the shows you bring to your audience on the holidays like today. So, way to go. You're lifting everybody's spirits. All right, I got some cards here for Kiki. Here we go, Kiki. It's the Judgment card. He's talking about swapping out the old and bringing in the new. It says, judgment, rebirth, inner calling, a new phase, reckoning, absolution, and awakening. I always forget that part. That's like a new you on the inside first, right? Because it has to change on the inside before it becomes a change on the outside. And I think I'm supposed to go like this. All right. So there's some kind of change going, some kind of growth. Your shell is molting. You're too big for the skin, like a snake would have to shed its skin. Wow. And maybe this is a painful process, says the Three of Swords, which talks about heartache. I mean, it almost sounds like giving birth, that kind of pain. You're giving birth to a new life. Wow. And that might be the dynamic involved. You have the Knight of Swords. Ambitious, action-oriented, driven to succeed, fast thinking, and defending beliefs. Maybe there's like a new role you've had to adopt, and you're doing it because you care about it. There's the heart. There's some love involved. It really means something to you, but it still causes you pain, and you feel like, I keep on using the word you, but I'm saying like this is like the energy of someone coming in to rescue a heart that is troubled. It's a chance for someone to step forward and be a hero in a way they haven't been a hero before. And yeah, here's your Page of Pentacles. The Page of Pentacles says manifestation, financial opportunity, skill development, ambition, desire, and diligence. These are both cards of diligence and determination. You're determined to rescue. Well, the energy is we're swapping out the old, we're bringing in the new to turn this card upside down. What do we end up with? Yay, congratulations. So the 10 of Cups says, it's a dream come true. It's a dream come true. I'll read to you about the 10 of Cups. Divine love, harmony, blissful relationships, alignment, inner happiness, fulfillment, dreams come true, family contentment, total love and support. Okay. By the way, it talks about divine harmony. So it's not just like domestic bliss and a dream come true, but it's like blessed by the universe. It was part of your plan to begin with. And then the 5 of Swords guy shows up. Okay. And that's like a reminder, that you're kind of on a mission. The 5 of Swords talks about abuse and winning at all costs. Okay. Maybe that's the kind of dynamic or energy you constantly have to deal with. And maybe you're just the person to deal with it. I'm getting the idea of like an editor of a newspaper. There's always people, reporters clamoring for this, photographers clamoring for that, but you got a deadline. So you're the right person for the dream job of tangling with all these diverse energies, all these competing energies, because you learned from experience. You're the right person for that project. Anyway, there you go, Kiki Erica. Thanks for inviting me to read. It was fun for me. Good luck to you.
All right. And let me see who's next. Okay, I was gonna just read through some of these. Okay. Who's next? Slavka. I know Slavka. Does she like a reading?
All right.
So, man, it's like so hard to control on my phone, I think Slavka might be the last one though. Let me see. Does anybody else want a reading besides Slavka? Okay, there we go. I got her up on stage now. Okay.
Hey, I'm all excited to throw these cards for Slavka, the natural sentient. And while I was shuffling for you, Slavka, these cards couldn't wait to come out. And it's the Magician card, all the tools to make the magic happen, just waiting for the right opportunity. And apparently whatever spell you can cast can recreate reality according to the Tower card. I mean, recreated from the sacred geometry on up. So let's see what the first part of the adventure is here. The Queen of Cups. Well, that's a picture of Slavka, the natural sentient. We already talked about the Queen of Cups being psychic and intuitive. The 7 of Pentacles. The 7 of Pentacles guy is cultivating pentacles, and they're really blooming. They're really blossoming. He's a really good farmer. The 5 of Swords. Well, we saw this one in the previous reading. The 5 of Swords talks about abuse and winning at all costs. Wow. It's the Devil card, but I know Slavka knows not to be afraid. The Devil card talks about letting go of something. So hang on a second here. For example, we're just pretending, Slavka. It's all for entertainment purposes only. Here you are. You've been cultivating your gifts for such a long time, and there seems to be some kind of arena for competition, winning at all costs, or maybe there's a desperate reason why we want to cultivate these intuitive and psychic skills. Perhaps there's something we're really anxious to let go of. And the end of the story suggests that, you have all the skills to do it. You've worked on it. You have all the skills to do it, and you are waiting for the right moment. I think the Tower card says now's a good time to blow things up, Slavka. Yeah, I wonder what this card is. Judgment. Swapping out the old for the new. Shooting those lasers from your angelic self. All right, there you go, Slavka. Good luck to you. I know you could do it. Happy Valentine's Day. Thanks for inviting me to read.
Okay, we got one from Willard Wright. and he has a pretty long message here. He says, can you tell me if Teresa Michelle Munoz will talk to me again? Can you tell me if any surprises this year or months come up with my real family, the Vanderbilts, will eventually take me back home? He said.
Okay. I appreciate that question. So I'm seeing two queries, one about Teresa and then the other about the family. So I'm going to make two piles, and we'll take it from there, Willard, right? Thanks for inviting me to read. Let's see what happens. I'm going to use, I'm cutting the cards to shuffle, and the Emperor card is sitting right there. Again, it talks about being empowered and having self-control or power over our world in a hermetic sense, right? What we change on the inside reflects on the outside. So anyway, let's shuffle these cards. All right, Tarot World. I'm sure you think that this is not a challenging task at all. You help me send so many good messages. Could you help me send a message about Teresa and the family for Willard? Here's for Teresa. Willard and Teresa. This is about the family. And then, the Tarot World gets the last word. So we're going to throw two cards over here. Willard, right. I appreciate you inviting me to read. It is for entertainment purposes only, but let's have some fun thinking about it. Regarding Teresa. Wow. Very quickly, you have the Page of Wands, the Queen of Swords, and the Tower card. So very quickly, I would say, if you look at the big picture, the truth is that that whole relationship, that whole situation is not holding up. The Queen of Swords is the lady that says you were right. Something tells me that you knew about this. You could see it coming. Maybe that's why you asked the question. Regarding the family. Wow. This looks, this not what I anticipated, but here's what the cards are. The Lover's card, the Three of Cups, and the Page of Swords. Now, I'll read to you what it says about the Lover's card. Love, harmony, relationships, union, partnerships, values, alignment, deep love, a choice, and the strength of two together. And the Three of Cups talks about celebration. It says friendship, collaboration, creativity, community, and happiness. And the Page of Swords talks about a new way of communicating, new ideas, a thirst for knowledge. So maybe I'm getting the idea that you actually have the power to do something about this relationship if you use your creativity, because they do talk about using creativity. When you build something together, you're building communication, and that's a reason to celebrate. Anyway, that's a suggestion from the cards that I received from that pile. Here's what I think the Tarot World would like to say as we walk away from this reading, which I want to say thanks to the Tarot World for helping me try to send nice positive messages to people. Yay. I want to say this is good news here, Willard, right? We have the Three of Pentacles, which talks about building something, implementing something, and working even with the spirit world. Let me read to you what it says. Teamwork, collaboration, learning, implementation, and building something. Look, they're doing it in a quote-unquote holy place. They're in a church. We're doing it in God's house. And then the King of Wands is the big picture guy. And here's what it says on the King of Wands. Natural leader, visionary, entrepreneur, big picture, overcoming challenges, mature, and career focus. So if the Tarot World or the Spirit World want to close with any message, let's not forget the big picture is you're working with the Spirit World for a very good reason. You belong on this bench, dispensing the energies and the goodness of whatever it is you're doing. Again, you can even create it. There's a potential here. And I would say you were wise and prudent enough on Valentine's Day. You were astute enough to say, maybe that's not going to work out. Yeah. Hey, Willard, right? It was a lot of fun to read. Thanks very much for inviting me to read.
And then we'll do one more. We'll do the Renback. The Renback wants a reading. And is I got to have a couple minutes, guys, before to decompress before my next show. And then, because we've been going about an hour and a half. That's pretty good. Yeah, I think everybody got to read it. I think pretty much everybody got to read it. Like,
that's awesome. I had so much fun, Rob. I'm so glad you invited me. St. Patrick's Day is next month. I'll get ready for it.
Well, there's one where there's Cliff. Yeah, definitely for sure. Cliff Diver on Rumble says, why have I been a targeted individual all my life? Well, we'll do a reading for you, Cliff Diver, before we go. We'll do one for you too, and then we'll see if we can maybe get some answers. Maybe we'll ask that question, see if the tarot has something to say. How about that, Ray? What do you think? Like,
for sure, I could do that. Let's take care of there and back right now. These cards are for there and back. A Valentine's message for there and back. I mean, I like how the tarot world offers like a lot of pragmatic, real world dynamic stuff I don't know about. So I don't know how far off I am. I can't wait to watch the show again with the chat, see how close I'm getting. Here we go, there and back. Let's see what's going on. Yay. There and back. It's the Two of Cups. This is a collect call from the spirit world. Will you accept the charges? The answer is yes. Here comes your message. King of Pentacles. I'm going to go right to the book for the King of Pentacles for you. You are attracting wealth. You are in good business. I beg your pardon. You are good in business, grounded, stable, and a hard worker. Your hard work is paying off and you are reaching goals. You are seeing things through to the end and being proud of your achievements. You are enterprising, resourceful, principled, and emotionally and financially secure. The universe is proud of you. You deserve to wear the good robes. Wow. And the Devil card says there's something that we have to let go of. Wow. But look, when you let it go, you get the Three of Wands. And the Three of Wands can expand. It's the expansion card. You're doing something good in business, but there's some kind of like expense that's unnecessary. I know somebody who had a leak, and his water bill kept going up, and like he just never really followed through to pay attention. He lost like a lot of money just on a water leak. So there's probably some kind of proofreading that needs to be taken care of. Something we can drop, something we don't need to pay for anymore, some kind of subscription that can go, and then things are really going to open up. You'll be able to use whatever you let go of. You'll be able to use that energy toward a new purpose, a new direction, and ooh. So then you got the Moon card and the Seven of Pentacles. Is it hard to meditate? Are we holding on to something that you're the only one that's still thinking about it? The Moon card talks about mystery and illusion and the subconscious. If you were to let that thing go, there would be expansion in your consciousness, not only subconsciously, but consciously. And you would be able to cultivate it. You'd be able to cross-pollinate. You'd be able to manifest better. So it looks like you're really doing a great, great job with whatever bridge or connection you have with the spirit world. Again, the spirit world looks like they're totally proud of you. And they're just giving you a hint, proofread what you got. Make sure everything that you throw in the hamper makes it in the basket, okay, before you go to bed, because you have an opportunity to cultivate a whole lot more. Hey, thanks for inviting me to read there and back. I hope it was a good one. I enjoyed it.
Okay, and we'll close out the night with Cliff Diver 97 on Rumble. Where does the comment go about the target individuals? Here we go. Cliff Diver 97 says, why have I been a targeted individual most of my life? One thing I can tell you about this, Cliff Diver, is it seems like, I don't know, like if you ask like Tommy Edwards, he'll tell you that like he thinks that they run these things out on people before they run them out on the mass populace, and there's no rhyme or reason why people get targeted. It's just some people get chosen, but you can do it. You can fight it off. I don't know. Like, yeah, there's a lot you can do. I think. I don't know. Yeah,
makes me wonder if there's some kind of military tie to his neighborhood or his family. I don't know.
Yeah.
What would you have to say, Rob? I mean, based on what little I know, no one would know better than you, Rob, and maybe except for that lady over at the Imagination Podcast, Emma. I mean, she deals in targeted individuals also. So anyway, let's flip some cards here, Cliff Diver. I'm very sorry about your situation. I don't know if this will offer any insight because it sounds like it's not a challenge that's going to end by the time I throw the last card. So hang in there. I bet the tarot world has some words of hope for you. First of all, doesn't this feel like you a little bit? The Nine of Wands He's had to go through a lot of battles. He's gearing up for one last stand. He's got a lot of bumps and bruises, but he's totally cognizant of all the dynamics in play. He's going to wait. He's not going to expend his energy when he doesn't have to. It's good art. It's good art of war science. And then kind of like what Rob suggested, but in an inverted way. Okay, this is the Six of Swords. The Six of Swords talks about being guided from rougher waters to calmer waters by a divine hand, which I'm sure that doesn't feel like it at all. And if you ever to check out Rebecca Rose's podcast called Serious Blue, Rebecca Rose went through some real trials as a targeted person and a beta combat slave off planet and having her consciousness split. And, those things are terrible and traumatic. But at the same time, if she didn't go through them, she could not reveal it to everybody and instruct us so that we could do something about it. So there's probably some opportunity for you to be able to share your information to help others, like what you're doing right now. There's at least, I don't know how many hundreds of people are going to see this video, but, there's so many hundreds of people who are hearing this story and they can identify with what you're saying. But then at the same time, like Rob said, maybe they just selected somebody to pilot their tormenting program to see how it goes. And that's unfortunate. But that wouldn't be like random or luck, right? The spirit world has something to do with that. It was like part of our life plan. I know nobody wants to hear that. Anyway, let's move on here. The Ten of Pentacles. Let's read about the Ten of Pentacles, which is followed by Judgment. You know what? So we will read about the Ten of Pentacles. We were characterizing your trials, okay, as a way to lift up the vibration of everybody else so that other people don't have to go through with this, so that other people can identify and do something about it. And the fact is the Ten of Pentacles says that it's going to be like mission accomplished. And then the Judgment card says we're going to be swapping out what was old for the new. There's going to be a brand new awakening. I think that you sharing your story and telling it and spreading the word is going to change things for everybody, not just you. By the way, there's so many survivors who, the more they speak, the more protected they become. I know Rob can totally elaborate on that point. The more public you become, the less likely you are to be messed with.
Yeah.
And finally, look at this, the Page of Swords, a new way of communicating. They're asking you to hold the baton as you run forward with that torch. And then the Four of Wands says it's the homecoming card. It'll be worth celebrating. Yeah, dude, I would be totally at your party if you could turn this trial and this series of misfortunate events for you and turn it into that positive thing and raise up. I'll be there at that party, okay? Hang in there, Cliff Diver. No one knows the situation better than you and Rob. So, Rob, did you want to say something about that?
Just what I said at the beginning, I think, yeah, I guess if he ever wants to tell his story, he can contact me and he can come on and, I can even connect him with some people that can maybe help him,
There you go. That's awesome. Look at that. You got a full-on community, a full-service station here at Typical Skeptic Podcast. I had so much fun throwing cards tonight, Rob. That was a lot of fun. Thanks for having me, man.
Oh yeah, Ray. This was awesome. Do you want to tell people how they can follow you and stuff? Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. So I'm over at Starcard Podcast. Starcard is one word. And if you go there, you can find in the description 3 links, one to each of my 2 books, the Convoluted autobiography and Let's Go Off Planet with Breakaway Ray. There's also a tip jar button. I'm just mentioning it in case someone is interested. And I wish you good luck if you try to use it. But anyway, I'm over at Starcard Podcast. I've been putting out some shows like a few days a week. But Rob, I got a little tower card going on in my own life, and I might have to turn off the camera for some period of time. There's some kind of transition happening. So for my fans out there, hang in there and make your own day, make your own way. I'll be back as soon as I can if I can't come out regularly. But I'm having so much fun over there, over at Starcard. We talked about the deep state takeover. We talked about the Germans on Mars. We talked about expanding consciousness. Anyway, there you go. Starcard Podcast. Thanks a lot, Rob.
All right. And I will see you guys in a few minutes on another link. I'll be live with Missy Hill, and that'll be my last show for the night. But we definitely got one more coming for the night. And I'll see you guys in about 8 minutes. All right. Thanks, Ray. Thanks, everyone. Good night, guys.